What's up Wednesday, North America? It's the Idle Zone Syndicate back in black. And good night. We even have producer Crank with us this evening.
We're in full force tonight.
It is a special occasion. Brandon Ackerson, what's up? Well, I'd say you're doing a good job. Nice job today. I didn't check the final, but I saw you were sitting in the top 10 for most of it. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, nice job. Where'd you end up for the day?
He's in 15th. He's got 18.9.
That's
nice
good.
Back.
Good deal.
So last week, I foobarred the program. You gotta attend those family things when you need to. I mean, we have a show almost every week versus nephew graduates once into high school. So that's where I was. So sorry, everybody. We are on episode 98 tonight. Ooh. Believe it or not.
Episode 98.
That's 2 episodes away from John celebrating this by giving us all a waypoint.
Huh.
I didn't say what lake or where at. I just said you can celebrate it by giving us a waypoint.
I'll give you a waypoint.
He's going to give us one up in Minnesota or something.
Perry. Lake Perry.
Whoa.
That'll be big time there.
I'll give you every waypoint. I'll give you every waypoint on that lake.
Good. The more the merrier.
Go catch all you want.
That wasn't very nice.
It must be a really good lake, as good as everybody talks about it.
It's awesome. 30 pounds of smallmouth. I don't know how many times I heard that we were going to have 30 pounds of smallmouth.
Like the whole tournament as a group?
The winners would have that.
Oh. Well, that didn't happen.
No.
I have a few memories and a few not memories of that place.
I don't.
I remember one morning, probably the same morning that Crank's thinking about, when some guys backed their boat off the trailer and the spare tire went with it.
Yeah.
Might have been the bump master that day.
How did the spare tire go with it?
We've lost Danny already.
A cliffhanger.
Oh, man. And we all wanted to know about that.
I bet you got a phone call right then.
Spare tire. Somebody talking about. Oh, my.
To be fair, I do not remember any of this. The night before's festivities may have gotten the best of me.
Good evening, Richard.
Just kind of wondered if maybe did it fall off in the lake or?
I went the way of the spare tire.
Oh. Yeah, you were starting a story by saying.
That was pretty much the end of that story. There's not a lot of that weekend we can tell.
I will say though that we had a pretty cool camping spot
It was a very cool camping spot.
because we had it like right by this little creek, and so you would fall asleep each night and listen to the sounds of that little creek. That was kind of nice.
It was. That place has got some really great camping areas if you're into that kind of thing. Right down the street from John's cabin, I believe. You guys had the cabins, or in one of the cabins just at the top of the boat ramp on the east side.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
So-
mentioned Minnesota. Some friends of mine are headed to Minnesota here in a few days. They're headed up to Mille Lacs.
That'll be fun.
Yep. I've never seen somebody brag about taking so many spinning rods fishing in my life.
Why?
He just can't wait to throw a drop shot.
What about me?
You don't need them. You can throw a drop shot on a bait caster.
Oh, these guys, no, they've got it. They're invested. They've been going up there for
Fish
3 or 4
don't
years
care.
now.
Fish don't care. They don't
He's-
care.
If you're not scoping, you're hoping. They're gonna go. So
Oh.
they're gonna go hunt 6-pounders.
Okay.
Speaking of scoping, so wait, no, that's just my mistake. That's not our mistake. I was thinking the last show we said there was a question. I had a question if the next event, Elite Series event, was scope or no scope. And I just realized that was Murray and not Santee Cooper that I was thinking of. So that was Grandpa Dan, just mumbling, rambling.
Were they using scope at Santee Cooper?
No.
It shows
No
you how
scope.
much I got. I didn't get a chance to watch very much of it, so
That was
They
a
didn't.
good.
They didn't need it.
it looked like I did get a chance enough to watch that everybody was throwing the full strength quickie or whatever it's called.
Quickie.
Yep.
Cush ball.
Yeah, the gizmo that you shared with us, that was great. The little
Yep.
doggy squeak toy or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And Berkeley, they came out with one at just the right time, didn't they?
Yes, indeed.
It's like the pros almost knew that the tournament was going to get one on it. Oh yeah, we've been throwing these for months. I love hearing that on all those turd bags infomercial of Facebooks they have.
It's crap. I don't think they were been throwing it for months. Not the guys that won.
Everything I've seen is that the hide up quickie.
Are you saying quickie?
I don't know what I'm saying. It's a fuzzball looking deal.
I mean, Johnston was throwing a 6th inch version, whatever that is.
Yeah, it had a little different tentacle.
But
action on it. It's like a little paddle tail. on
but
it.
if you watched any of it, he would tell you, and you could tell that he hadn't. He's like, I haven't thrown this. I just tried it, and they're eating it. Can't put it down. And he had like one left the whole last day. All I can say is they must be durable. The one he's using.
Yeah, they've got to be
He-
using some
He
harder
used it
plastic
for like
in the
he
center.
used it for like 2 days. The one bait.
Well, I mean, even the Yamamoto Uni, it's extremely durable. So I can only imagine that the hide up version's even better. I think it's almost like a really hard Elastec, like a kind of a plastic.
Hmm.
is
Maybe.
how I can describe it to you.
I was going to throw one today, but the only ones I have, the ball part of it is not that big. Like I wanted to do what they were doing. I wanted to put a friggin' treble hook on 20-pound tests and flip it at some laydowns. But the ones I have in my boat all have like just a little, a little center portion of it where you can't really put a like a treble hook in it or a big hook in it. You have to use a little one. So I didn't do it.
Like a drop shot hook.
Yeah, like or Nico or something.
Maybe you could have caught some panfish or some drum.
I caught that anyway.
Oh, okay.
Stupid drum. Thought I had a good one a couple of times.
So what all's going on since last we spoke?
I mean, it's been busy. I mean, we can
Well,
just
good.
start with today and work our way back. And today was the ABA. Sheldon Collings won again. He's won a couple of them. He had 1914. Brad Cook had 1910, 4 100s. Kyle Kitts had 1896, and then it dropped way off. Kevin Jackson had 1177, and I had 1157. A couple 10-pound bags and a couple 9-pound bags, and I think it's getting a little tougher right now. Big fish was only 504. Several 4-pounders weighed in, but I didn't have a 4-pounder. I will tell you, I reinforced what I already knew about myself today. I went fishing and I used the same freaking 4 baits that I always use, even though I had 14 rods on the deck. And I had 1157, and I couldn't get a big bite. And after the tournament, I caught like 8 fish today was all I caught. And I couldn't get a big bite. So after the tournament, my helpers, the Whitney family, they said they were going fishing. And I said, I think I'll go back out myself. So I went back out, went down the same stretch of docks that, just went right there at Wolf Creek, which I've already hit like 3 times today. And caught fish every time, keepers. But I couldn't get that big bite. And I picked up a spinnerbait and caught 8 fish and culled a couple times out of my limit in the next hour. Pick up the spinnerbait that was laying on my deck all day long that I never touched. And they were eating it, and they were on the bank. I mean, throw it on out of the water, like on dry land, drag it in, and they would eat it. But that was after the tournament.
Well, thank goodness you didn't have any cush ball baits, or you'd have never thrown the spinnerbait.
I know.
Squeak toys.
And it was perfect. I mean, I told myself several times today, this is perfect spinnerbait water. The wind is just right, blah, blah, blah. And I never did it. I threw that stupid square bill, catching fish on it, but still, I got to try something different every once in a while. I did catch all my big fish on a tube though. So that will continue.
America.
All my 3-pounders and up were on a tube. So anyway, so that's my day. That was that tournament. And then this last weekend we had Kister fished the nickels. Actually, before we talk about Kister fishing the nickels, let's talk about Moody. Fished the SQ 100, and which I texted him several times last week, and he never responded one time. Kind of like Kyle does most of the time to me. But I text him, and not response one time. Not one time does he respond all week last week. Of course, he was pre-fishing and stuff. It is what it is. So when I see that he got second place, I text him, "Great job. How come you let Randy beat you?" He calls me within like 30 seconds.
Just got to learn how to get his goat, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, he did well up at Lake of the Ozarks. He got big bass. I mean, that was half his limit was that one fish, but he got like $1,600 and he qualified in points for next year's top 100, solo top 100, whatever it is. So good job. And I remember about this time last year talking to Moody about, we all fish Grand and all that stuff down here and get our butt beat by Kyle Kitts and all the guys. It's hard to win down here. But I remember telling Moody last year, you're good enough. You need to fish something, a series that travels around a little bit, that you're not just fishing against the local hammers every single time. I mean, you are, but you get points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's fishing a series, and there are local hammers in each one, but they're just jackpotting their local tournaments. Like you're at Truman, you got all the Truman guys. You're at Lake of the Ozarks, you got all the Lake of the Ozark guys. But that's not who you're competing against. You're competing against all the guys that are traveling with you to all of the tournaments. And I told him last year, I don't know if it made a difference that I told him this, but I'm like, you're a good enough angler that you can go compete. You may not win, but you're going to find something you can fish where you got to qualify on points, because I think you can do that. And he did it.
I appreciate you encouraging him to desert me.
Well, I had to do something if I wanted to ever fish with him.
Desert your other partner and just go fish on your own, because he sucks. He sucks so bad that you've got to figure out a way out, Wow, that one there deserves a beer, I think. I'm even cracking myself up.
I mean, I was talking to him about, we talked about the opens and all that, and he didn't know if he wanted to spend that much money, and it is a lot of money.
Those SQs and that, and even the top 100 that he qualified for, it's pretty affordable until gas got to $4 a gallon, and then it's not so affordable. But,
yeah.
I mean, you still have a little bit of money, travel expenses and stuff, but the entry fee is not terrible.
What is the entry fee for that?
It was 150, I think.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So, and I think he ended up fourth in the points. I'm not 100% for sure because Randy's social media, the results are, I don't
They
I
take
know
the.
there's a website.
I wish we could have got him on, but I think, and I did text him, but again, I didn't say anything about Randy in there, so he didn't respond.
Yeah.
I should have, but
I got his boat.
they're going to. He's going on a trip in the morning to North Carolina, so I think they're getting ready for that, and we'll just have to get him on because I think it'd be something pretty cool to talk about.
I mean, he definitely stretched it. He definitely stretched the legs of that new motor he's got on the back of his boat. I know that. And I mean, he told me he was making 40 mile an hour, 40 mile run one way each day. You know, and found some in practice, and then ended up running back up there, and it worked out for him.
Yep.
So,
all right,
got
now
that.
let's talk about your last weekend. We'll talk about the Nichols, which you got a check in.
held on for a check. Held on for a check. Sometimes that's all you can ask for.
I mean, 191 teams, it says they had. And you were what, 32nd, something like that?
Yeah, sounds right. Yep.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny that you said that. You know that you go out, you like to go out, and you have those 4 or 5 confidence baits that you like to throw quite a bit. Because that was kind of me in practice a little bit. I went down there Thursday and Friday and put in a couple of decent days of practice, and Thursday was one of those days where it was like try to stay in my comfort zone and that in the part of the lake that I like, and it just didn't work. I mean, I had 14 pounds maybe in practice on Thursday and wasn't really that happy with it. And then kind of stretched my legs a little bit on Friday, and I don't know, it was just really upsetting to me that I was having a really hard time getting a consistent bite until like after 11 o'clock for whatever reason. It was like my wife goes to lunch at 11:15 and she calls me. She called me on Thursday at 11 or something. I was looking at the thing when I caught that fish. She calls me at 11:11. I set the hook on a 4-pounder on Thursday. Fast forward to Friday, I had maybe 9 pounds or something for a best 5 on Friday, and I start down this one little spot, and she calls me and I catch a 4.5 pounder. I'm like, well, there's something to the 11 o'clock time frame. You know, I never really did figure it out. There's been a really good shad spawn bite that you guys saw in the open, and there's still some of that going on. There's bluegill spawning. The bass, there's still some stragglers, I think, but the majority of them are post spawn. There should be fry garters maybe coming up here pretty quick. I didn't ever see any. I'm not smart enough to see those on forward facing. I wished I was. But I didn't really flip a whole lot of docks either. Because Friday I found them throwing a crankbait, and I just, flared my tennis elbow up again. I'll put it that way. Because I threw a square bill and a deep diving crankbait from Friday afternoon until Sunday at 3 o'clock. And just caught another 15 pounds. I mean, it's subpar for everybody that cashes all the checks down there. But I mean, it's a nice bag. I'll take 15 pounds. It's not
15 pounds is not, I mean,
I'm
15
not
pounds has
complaining,
been,
but
it's been pretty consistent. Like you can go out and catch 15. Like there was a lot of 15, 14, 15-pound bags.
yeah,
And I
Yep.
think even those are getting, there were some pretty good guys today that fished that didn't have 10 pounds,
yeah.
or right at 10 pounds. Kevin,
I purposely didn't practice on Saturday because of the Grand Challenge.
yeah.
I didn't want to bother them guys, and I wasn't in the tournament either, and I really didn't want to see the areas of the lake that were getting pounded, even though I'm sure that it all was. So I purposely stayed home on Saturday, and then Sunday kind of went out with an idea that I had 3 or 4 different little areas that I wanted to get hit right off the bat, because I, kind of halfway left them biting on Friday when I left. And, of course, my luck, none of those spots even got even remotely close to panning out. So for some reason or another, the first fish I put in the boat, the first good fish I put in the boat was at 11:15. And then it's like a little light bulb goes off, and you just like, oh, okay, well, we'll start doing this for a minute. And then you just run over here and run over there. And then the next thing you know, you've burned, I don't know, it was like 32 gallons of gas in the boat. And time to go weigh in. It's crazy, some of the watercolor differences on the lake.
It had been crazy.
I gotta say, like, you go down lake thinking some of the water should clear up. And like Honey Creek was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of a weird color. And then literally like towards the end of the day, I found myself in the mouth of the Elk River. And it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then even on like the main Neosho River ledges out there, they were beautiful. It was a beautiful color.
So I think what I was noticing that too. And I think what happened was, and somebody that's lived here longer than me can probably tell me if I'm off my rocker or not, but it got chocolate when we had all that rain up. And I think there was just like a section of chocolate water that just slowly moved down the lake.
Got sucked down. And then
because 3 weeks ago I was down at like the Big Hollow area, Goat Island, beautiful water, like 2 foot, 2.5 foot, like I like it, visibility. And I was catching them pretty good. 15, even a little better, 16 pounds, 18 pounds. I was catching them down there. And I went back a week later, and it was like chocolate around that area. And I went on up to, I went into Horse, and it was beautiful. And then I went in there like a week later, and it was chocolate. And then I went to, I'm like, well, maybe Wolf and Red 11 and stuff has cleared up a little bit. So I went in like Red 11 and the mouth of Wolf, and it was really weird. It was almost like the chocolate was on top of the clean.
Yeah, it's starting to cloudy.
Like you could drive your boat through it and look behind your boat and see clear green water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is there a algae bloom going on? But it wasn't that. It was just dirt.
And it's just starting to filter itself down. And that, they were, like you said, they pulled the crap out of it. And then, of course, fast forward to Sunday, they were they were drawing a total of 300 cubic feet per second out of the lake. You know, not really conducive to throwing a crankbait, but I wish they had $1 for every white bass I've caught in the last 3 days down there. And somehow or another, they stay hooked up so good. I mean, you can pull on them, you can sling them over the boat with the rod and everything hooked and connected. You can't get rid of them. But you get a 3 or 4 pound largemouth on, and he just barely shifts.
Oh yeah.
And you're going, how has this happened? But this is my favorite time of year to fish. I mean, I know it is. I feel like the weights are getting a little bit. They're starting to kind of dip down a little because some of the fish are post spawning. But it's my favorite time to fish because, you know, still, I'm finally starting to feel like I can at least compete.
Same.
And I hope Moody's listening to this. I am extremely happy that I had 1590 on Sunday without him, because it does get a little tiresome at the weigh-ins when we catch them, and the only person that gets, hey, the nice job, is him. And they walk straight up to him and shake his hand. Hey, nice job. I'm sitting there going, hey. I'm just a buddy at the weigh-in that walked over to talk to him. I don't even know who you guys are. What are you talking about? So I was a little. I'm not gonna lie.
you're a little. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but you're a little less outgoing than Moody.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's got the cigar in his mouth. He's dropping an F-bomb every other word, and loudly, so everybody can hear him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you need to try that a little bit.
It's only funny because it's true.
Huh?
I said it's only funny because it's true.
He knows it.
It's 100% true.
Point I was trying to make, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It was nice to have 1590 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just so that away, the ornery guys that I'm friends with, or even around here, down the road, don't say, well, the only reason why you didn't catch him is because you didn't have Moody with you. I don't have to listen to that at this point. Now, maybe in the future, yes, there is a whole bunch of times where the reason why we didn't catch him is because he wasn't with me. So I'm not taking that away. Just saying, I caught him without him one time.
You need to do all your tournaments like me and him do. He fished Saturday, I fished Sunday. All right,
That's
so let's
idea.
move. So the day before the Nichols was the Falcon Grand Challenge, and when you first look at the weights, you're like, weights are down a little bit. No, that's a 4 fish limit.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That's a 4 fish limit. So 19 pounds won it. 17. Alex Torkelson, second place. So that was that. And then the week before that was Hog Hunters. No forward facing sonar. That's a group out of Arkansas. They had, I don't know how many boats they had, 75 or 80 or something like that. And I jumped in that, and I'm like, no forward facing sonar. Maybe I can compete with these guys. They whacked them. I think the top 3 weights were 24, 23, 23. You know, same guys, Kyle, Carl, I think was up there, Carl Talley.
Took
I've
two
been
23-pound bags in a row.
I finished mid pack. I had 13 pounds, whatever, same as usual. Couldn't get a big bite, but consistent.
Hello, Mr. Moody.
Hey, Moody.
We ruffled his feathers enough that he's chatting at this point.
I do have something to talk about from the hog hunters.
That's
And you
not
got-
this. Is that the same hog? That's not the same hog hunters that was from Chanute, right?
No,
Okay.
these guys are out of Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Okay.
I mean, me being a tournament director, the worst thing that we had to deal with was weather, thunderstorms, blah, 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 but fog. And, you always hear about, I'm just now, like fishing a lot of tournaments. I went almost 20 years without really fishing tournaments. Club tournament at Big Hill and Frank Stong and stuff is at Big Hill. Those, a few jackpots when I was in Alabama, but really fishing tournaments. So and you guys I'm going to tell you what happened, and then we can maybe discuss. I think it's a good topic, how you handle this. So the guy let us go, and it was clear. It was clear. Like there was no fog visible. And we took off, and I was boat 11. How? I have no idea how I got boat 11. I just showed up and paid that morning. But I don't know whether they drew boat numbers when you sign up. It couldn't be how you paid, because there's no way I was the 11th guy to pay. Anyway, I got boat 11, and they also do they do two at a time. So there's like two boat 11s taking off at the same time. I guess it's to get through the takeoff quicker. So you're like side by side. You raise your hand, you go. Anyway, so we take off. I'm boat 11, and I get to the mouth of Wolf, and it is fog, thick fog, like on me, like quick, like you can't, and I can't see the bridge. And I'm on my way to, I'm wanting to run down to Goat Island. And so I get to the mouth of Wolf, can't see the bridge, and it's thick. I don't want to stop. You got guys, I'm boat 11. There's 80 boats behind me coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't want to stop. I don't want to cut over towards the bank and get T-boned. So I slow down, but I keep going towards the bridge. Get to the bridge. Fog lifts a little bit where you can see under the bridge, and you can see, you can tell there's more fog ahead, but it looks like it might be drivable. That it's out there a ways. So Justin Russell is going under the bridge at the same time as me. And I believe it was Justin Russell. Maybe it wasn't. It was a guy and his kid in an RMP boat. So I think it was. But Anyway, they get beside me. I wave them by. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow Justin. So he goes. I try to keep up. You know, he's running his bass cat 1,000 miles an hour in the fog, or in the. It's not foggy yet, but I'm trying to keep up, or at least keep within sight of him, and I do. But then right before the cut through, it gets freaking thick fog. And so I thought he was going through the cut through, but then I can tell he's not. He's going around the island. So I follow him around the island, hoping nobody comes blasting through the cut through when about the time we get around there. It lightens up a little bit, run to open it up again, get to Shangri-La, get around the point, thick. And now it's thick all the way to Goat Island. Like, I never got out of it. And so I'm driving slow, but I'm not wanting to cut across to the shore. I tried to look at my map and, you know, get close to shore where I can kind of hug the shore around down there, and finally made it. But I was puckering there for a while, and I don't know what you can do other than what I did. And I certainly don't blame the tournament director, because, you know, I'm a tournament director. That's my life. And when we took off, I would have sent everybody.
Mm-hmm. Get him out before it socks him in.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even see anything, a hint of fog at the boat ramp in Wolf Creek. Even looking out towards the mouth, you couldn't tell there was fog out there. So it didn't lift till like 9:30.
Oh, geez.
My plan was to go down there and start hitting points, working my way back. Well, I had points on, you know, like both sides of the main lake. I didn't want to go scooting across there. So I just basically fished until it let up down there where, you know, so it kind of ruined my whole plan. But at 6:45, I saw the first wake boat going down the middle of the lake in the fog. Music blaring. I'm like, what are you people doing? So I thought that would be a good topic to discuss. If anybody's got anything different than what I did, or if you think I should have done something different, then I'd like to hear it.
The only thing I could tell you is, you know, you've heard it a million times in different briefings. If you encounter fog, the tournament director, like that morning when he's briefing everybody, Joe Bass, I can remember it plain as day. It's like, if you encounter fog, you have to come down to an idle, blah, blah, blah. But if it wasn't briefed to anybody the morning of the meeting, and, you know, I've said it a million times, whatever the tournament director says goes. If the tournament director says half the lake's off limits, then half the lake's off limits. So,
I mean, we never
follow the rules.
We never said that in a bass briefing, ever.
So whatever the tournament director says is what goes. So,
but I mean,
that's the way I see it.
I don't know how to make it any safer as a driver, as a boat driver that encounters that, I guess, is my question. Is there something I'm not thinking about? Is there, especially being an early boat number. Like if I was boat 98, I'd have probably tried to ease over to the side and just stopped in Wolf, at the mouth of Wolf. But when I got 80 boats coming at me, who's going to cut that corner when I'm trying to ease over there?
Yeah, exactly.
Stockton used to get so foggy, it's like pea soup all the time in the spring. And Joe Bass, the tournament director for Joe Bass over there, he was always letting us out, maybe when he shouldn't have. But it was, if you encounter fog, come down to an idle until it's cleared.
I mean,
But that's all gray as far as the rule goes, because it's a judgment deal.
it's kind of like it's like you hear about these clubs, and I'm sure Big Hill has done this. Oh, it's foggy.
Just-
Trolling motor only, guys, until
Yeah.
the fog lifts, and then 5 minutes later, you hear Brian Failer running through the lake with no visibility at all.
Well, actually, if you want to know the truth, 5 minutes later, he's up on the rocks over there across from the boat ramp, trying to figure out how to get his boat off of him. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's a judgment thing, and you have to be the judge of how safe you want to be for the day. So,
I don't know how I could have been. I would have loved to. I guess that's my point. I would have loved to been safer, but I don't know how I could have.
you could have
Yeah,
put the
'cause
troll
it's-
motor down on the first dock in Wolf Creek and went fishing.
No, I couldn't, because it came up that quick. That's what I'm saying.
You couldn't
Like
see it
the
when you were in
fog
Wolf Creek.
appeared like by the time you realized you were in the fog, it was too late. You know, when you're running and you're, especially in a big tournament, you're focusing on boat wakes and driving the boat and not going airborne from all the boat wakes, and when you're running out of Wolf, you got to keep an eye on the GPS and from the 3 deadheads that are out in the middle, right in the mouth of it. And
Where are
you
those
got,
at?
huh?
Where are those at?
Oh, there's 3 of them, dude. At least 3.
Glad I
They're
didn't
probably
find that.
underwater now.
Wow. And I cut the point over there where they're at.
I do too. You can cut the point. I cut the point, but they're out in the middle there.
That's scary. Because honest to goodness, I haven't seen them. And I've ran that quite a bit.
I've fished them. I've caught a fish off of them.
Hell yeah. They're probably only in about 6 or 7 foot of water, ain't they?
I think they're like in 10, but
I need that waypoint.
there was no. It's got a stop sign on it. Richard, there was no. Like when you're running in a Wolf, and if you're in the middle of Wolf is a pretty wide creek. So when you gotta stay, so that's the deal with Wolf. When you're running and you get out towards the mouth, you either, if you're going to elk, you're cutting that point and you're going between the deadheads that Kyle doesn't know is there and the point, and you're going, if you're going under the bridge, you're going between the deadheads and the long point that's sticking out there. You can't cut it too short. So you're out in the middle of Wolf when you get towards the mouth. And that's where we hit the fog. So it wasn't like I'm just going to get to the bank, make a left turn and get to the bank. I didn't want to get T-boned. And then I thought, okay, I'll get to the bridge and I'll go to the riprap. Well, I get to the bridge and then I can see. Out to the islands that are barely under the water. I can see out to there. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And then we can't see the cut through. And then we get around and we can see to Shangri-La. And then we get to Shangri-La. So we run to Shangri-La. Then we get to Shangri-La. We can't see. And then we can't see all the way down to Goat Island.
Does the tournament director for Hog Hunters launch boats like Honeycutt does in the Nichols? Does he just start counting?
Oh, yeah. He's just like, there's no line. Like, there's no line. Like, single file line. We're all out there in the middle. And he's like, boat 11. And I raise my hand. And the guy way over there raises his hand. And he's like, go ahead.
Oh, so he takes his time then. Compared to Stan. He takes his time because Stan's on a megaphone in a pontoon boat at the buoys, and he's just counting. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you can't hear him. Nobody can hear. Nobody knows what number you're on.
We were boat whatever it was, and I bet you he counted 4 behind me, and the 7th or 8th boat behind me was ahead of me by the time I realized that it was my number. That's how fast he counts. He can count.
I got the guys trained in the ABA, man. It was raining this morning. It wasn't storming, but you could hear some thunder way off. But I looked at the radar and there was no storms. It was just raining. And so I didn't, and typically I have a speaker and I play the national anthem and I play a couple songs while they're taking off and I call their boat numbers and they idle by the dock. Well, it's raining this morning. So I'm like, we're just going to get out here and go. So I get out there and they're like, what? You're not going to play the national anthem? I'm like, it's raining. I'm not going to ruin my equipment for,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go then. Well,
while we're on tournament directors, I would be curious if any of our audience, anybody remembers Sonny Reynolds. Used to do Plains Division, Okie, several different things, Ozark, back in the BFL days. Well, actually, it was back in the Red Man days.
I literally thought that was going a completely different direction, DB. I thought you were fixing to try to pimp a director off of the podcast for the Bass Nation. While we're on the tournament director deal, yeah, well, got any? Raise a hand.
Crank, you're awful quiet.
Yeah, I'm just observing. I don't have a whole lot right now. I'm just glad I'm out of my busy spring activities.
What is he doing? Every time he opens that door, it sounds like
he's going to fix somebody's boat. Moody's, I guess, apparently. I don't know what's wrong with Moody's boat. He dropped it off.
It's getting freaking cold out here. I'm going to have to turn the heater on.
Oh,
you were shutting the door.
Yeah. One of the roll-ups. I had to get it down. It's chilly.
Moody asked how it went today. 1914 won and 1910 was second. 1896 was third. 1177 was fourth, dropped way off, and then I got fifth, 1157.
Let's see if I can stir Mr. Crank up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Did anybody say anything about catching them on a buzzbait today, John?
I threw the crap out of a buzzbait. That was one of the 4 baits I threw.
I'm going to show you a buzzbait fish.
Oh,
'Cause I know
yeah.
you said something about, yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a buzzbait fish?
Yes,
we,
sir.
Hell
We need to
yes.
we need to have an idle zone. What do you call it? Idle zone.
I know what you're getting at. I'm trying to think of the word.
Trip?
Men's retreat. Idle
Men's
zone.
retreat?
Idle zone retreat
Yes.
at this place.
Yes. That was the single best day of bass fishing I've had. That first one, the buzzbait fish, was 6.54. My previous personal best was 6. So I broke that within the first hour of the morning. And then we fished around and got to the other side of the place there. And then I broke it again with that one's a 703. So, and then I ended up the whole day, it was like 29 and some change pounds for my best 5.
That one there that's missing part of its bottom of its tail.
Oh yeah, all the big ones had bloody tails pretty much. So
Yeah, we need to do that.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All on a buzzbait?
No,
Well,
I would
the
say,
story
well,
was a lot cooler when if you just
I
said
did
yeah.
catch a lot of, yeah, I did catch a lot of my bigger ones on a buzzbait that day. I caught that 6.5, I caught a 6 and multiple 5s on a buzzbait that day. The 7 came on a Zoom speed crawl, 1/4 ounce weight.
On a spinning rod.
Nope. none of my real big ones came on a spinning rod. I caught a bunch of 3s and 4s on spinning rod though, so that was fun. But yeah, it was a phenomenal trip. I don't know how many fish we caught. I mean, I probably caught myself over 100 on those basically 2 days or whatever it was, and my dad probably caught at least 75 or 100. I don't know how many my brother caught. I mean, so it was great. We will definitely be going back. That is for sure.
Is that a Kansas lake?
Yes. It is completely, it's private too. So you have to rent the Verbo cabin to be able to fish it.
Oh, okay. I
So,
noticed the cattails, and I found that to be kind of interesting in the background of that one picture.
yeah, and it's not like your normal cattails. It's kind of like be like the grass that's in Hell Creek at Wilson. Is what I would say it is. It's like that it's thinner, but it's real tightly clumped. And so it's sitting in, probably 2 foot of water on the edge. And so like the first day I started throwing a spinnerbait, I would throw the spinnerbait up onto the grass and let it fall in. And a lot of times, right as you would start reeling, they were hitting it. You'd sometimes get to watch them hit the spinnerbait when it would start falling.
Cool.
So,
did you throw the glorious glide bait any?
I tried, but the water was fairly dirty when we were there. I don't know if it's different other times of the year, but they did get a decent amount of rain, the few weeks leading up to us being there. And then the creek that feeds into it, the second day, we could kind of see like a little bit of a almost like a mud line, but it wasn't like super muddy, but it was, you could see a difference in the watercolor. So
How big of a lake is it?
I think it's around 120 acres, if I remember right.
Oh shoot, that's decent.
Yeah. So it's got a lot of different stuff in it. There's a big flat. It's pretty shallow, but you can navigate it still. The feeder creek, you can go pretty far up in it. I didn't go real far up in it just because the size of the fish I was catching in it were not as good as the main part. But yeah, they asked me what, what they thought they could improve on. I told them they needed to cut some trees down and let them fall in the water, because I didn't feel like there was enough wood in the lake that would definitely be helpful for them, probably.
Did they got any brush piles? They got any structure?
I don't think so. And I don't think it's a super deep lake in the first place for the most part, even all the way across in the middle. So they could probably, build some brush piles out in the middle that would help too.
Yeah.
But
Can you drive a wake boat on it?
no.
Because I got one.
Good.
I want to do it.
I'd be down for a fall trip, that's for sure.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
well-
like throwing 1 minuses.
Yeah, we might have to do that. We might have to have a little. How many people can stay in this house?
There is you can move stuff around and put air mattresses too, but there's a queen size bed, there's a bunk bed, and then like there's a couch, and then you could put a couple air mattresses easily.
Sounds like it just stays room 3 real good.
3 is comfortable, but I'll sleep on an air mattress. I don't care. I'll sleep on a couch.
If I catch fish like that, I'll sleep in the truck.
Can you?
I wondered if I was going to get a reaction out of him or not.
Do you get a good signal out there?
Like as far as cell phone,
Yeah.
it was decent, yeah. And then they also have Wi-Fi at the house.
I wonder if we could do a little derb live action.
Ooh,
Oh,
maybe. We
I don't like
we just
throwing
do
1
like
minuses in the fall.
when did we get on the 1 minus deal? I'm
You
not
said
throwing a
fall.
1 minus.
You said September.
I ain't throwing
no,
a
he
1
said
minus.
fall, not September.
I'm still gonna be throwing a buzz bait in the fall.
I don't eat buzz baits in the fall.
Whatever.
Wow.
Kind of like they don't eat them right now either.
Probably won't eat a spinnerbait either.
Or literally anything you want to throw.
Hide
Yeah,
up,
pretty
quickie.
much. The one thing I wish I would have done is there was some submergent grass too that was starting to reach the top. I didn't really throw like just like a pegged flipping rig or punch rig or whatever. I didn't throw into any of that, and I kind of wish I would have, just to see. But I got on that stuff when I figured out I could just throw up against the edge of that grass on the bank and then just catch the shit out of them. I didn't really care. So
Amen to that.
You guys
figured
picked a really good week to go.
it was, yeah, weather was absolutely perfect. Wear your rain gear first thing in the morning. The mornings were a little chilly, I will say that. Like 40 degrees, 41 degrees, but once the sun popped up, I was shedding out off my jacket. Then about an hour after that, getting rid of my bibs and my hoodie. So, and we didn't really have to deal with much wind, except for the last day when we were getting ready to leave. The wind started to really get pretty bad, but that was the only time we really had to deal with much of that. So it was nice. It was a lot of fun.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Hey,
Kyle, you've changed. You look younger, Kyle.
Hi.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
Double trouble.
what are you
guys
doing?
doing?
They probably came out to say they're going to get in the shower and be good kids for another 30 minutes. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is school out?
Well, for me. Yeah, for her, I only have 2 more days. Well, I should say 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, because we only get the last day of school half a day. So after lunch, we're done.
You do anything fun on that half day, like
Yeah.
have a picnic or races or school games or
We do. So PTO does all this stuff. They pay for everything, and we do fundraisers. We already did enough fundraisers to get enough money, and so every single year we're gonna do, like, say we had field day, track and field day.
Yep.
That was all PTO. And guess what? My cousin Cora had a track day today. Yeah, just like track and field. And I was at my daycare and I watched her. My cousin.
Cool.
My cousin.
Very good.
And
So you're good at fundraising, huh?
And then my friend came too.
Good. So you know all about fundraising, Max?
But my mom is part of PTO. My friend had school and I just waited for her.
Okay.
My friend.
What's your friend's name?
Ledger.
Rachel? Is that what you
Ledger.
said?
Ledger.
Oh, Ledger.
Ledger? Okay.
Then
Well,
my name is Julia.
Your name's Julia?
Yeah. Yeah. Julia.
I thought it was Juju.
Well, you can call her that. Wait, do you know me?
Maybe. I remember when you were born. Do you remember that?
No. No. But when I was a baby, you did.
I saw your mom post this crazy video today on Facebook.
Yeah.
Were there a bunch of people at the school dressed in crazy outfits?
Yeah, it was all the PTO teachers.
Okay, sit down.
I was gonna say on my knees. Guess who won? Mom. Yes.
Your mom is the fastest runner in a dinosaur outfit.
No, a horse.
She was a horse. Okay.
Horse. That is. Man, you're just double guessing everything. She's like 20 pounds.
You know what's crazy about her winning a foot race in a horse costume? When it comes to cleaning the house, she says her toe hurts too bad. She can't walk. Ain't that crazy?
And then my dad has to do it.
Pretty crazy.
That's why she has to win. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Oops.
One last question, guys. How are the baby chicks?
Oh, they're annoying. How did you know we had baby chicken? They're annoying.
Well, we can see in your dad's garage right there in the shop.
No, they went out to the coop.
Oh, they're okay.
They're annoying.
They flew the coop.
They're annoying. Okay.
Yeah. Where are you in?
What did you say, hon? You have to speak a little clearer.
Where are you in?
Where are you at? Huh?
Yeah, where is he at?
Which one?
Danny. You. Danny.
I
Me?
am.
You was big
I'm in
fan.
Hutchinson.
Then where are you?
John, she's pointing to you now.
I'm at Grand Lake.
What? Then where are you?
I'm in Hutchinson also.
You
There-
guys are all seeing each other.
Yeah, we can see each other. Those guys are from Western Kansas.
Oh my. Here we go.
All right, well, I'll be back in just a second.
Danny,
Okay.
one more question. One more. John.
Yep.
If you're at Grand Lake,
That's where I go quite a bit.
yeah, then how you have a house there?
I have a camper. I live in a camper.
Down by the river.
Yep.
Oh wait, that's a van.
Wait, hold on. This is a camper?
I'm in the office of our lodge.
That's the place that I stayed at before.
We run a
John.
motel. Yes.
Hold on.
Guess what?
What?
Chicken butt.
Oh, got you.
Oh,
Boom, baby.
Guess who?
my nephew says that all the time. You got me. You got me good.
We'll be back.
Max, be thinking about a fundraiser for our men's retreat at this lake we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We need you to be in charge of that, apparently. See ya.
I try to get him in trouble as much as I can. Oh, crazy.
So funny.
Well,
Did you see the Chris Johnston diving?
yeah, he was going after that one bait he had left.
Yeah. That was great.
That made for some good television.
I mean, he just slid right off the side.
That did
Yeah.
make for some good television, but did you see what happened in the BPT or in the heavy hitters with Takahiro?
Matt sent me that.
So Takahiro, they have their qualifying group day 1, qualifying group day 2 to try to make it to the knockout round. So Takahiro caught the 10-1 on day 1 of his group and got big bass. And he was like, you got to make the top 8, I think it is, to move on to the knockout round. And so he was in like 4th going into day 2. And he went like half a day and never caught a fish. But he had a big enough lead that he was still in the top 8. Well, then he gets his boat stuck on a sandbar, like they do in Florida. He tried to go shallow and he got stuck. And they couldn't get him off. They sent an airboat and they couldn't get him off. They had to get the camera guy, Takahiro, the official, because there's too much weight. They had to get them all out of the boat, took them to shore. Then the airboat guys went back and got another airboat, I think. They broke the strap on the first one. I think they got another airboat. I could be getting this wrong, but anyway, I know they took Takahiro and them guys out. Then they went back and got the boat unstuck, and then they took Takahiro and them back to the boat. By the time this all happens, Takahiro had lost like 3 hours of fishing time. and he was down to the cut line. Like people had caught up, and he still hadn't caught any fish. When he got back in the boat, he had like, I want to say 30 minutes left to fish, and he was below the cut line and hadn't caught any fish all day, zero. And he had dropped out below the cut line. He was like 3 pounds below the cut line. With 30 seconds left, he catches the only fish of the day, and it was a 6-something, and he made it back in. And after they got off the sandbar, he had to serve a 15-minute penalty for being assisted for getting assistance to come off of the sandbar. He lost 3 hours. As a tournament director, I wholeheartedly disagree with that rule. I think that's the dumbest rule that I maybe have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
I know for bass, when I was there, we tried to make all rules and the penalties that are associated with said rules depended on whether it was a competitive advantage or not. So like a insurance policy that's not correct or whatever. Not a competitive advantage, just a rules violation. So you get like a penalty box. You have to spend some time in the penalty box. Blow in the no wake zone is a competitive time advantage. So you have to pay that time back. If it was a competitive advantage, that's the difference between a DQ and a time penalty thing. My question to MLF would be, if Terry Scroggins had pulled him off, a competitor in the tournament that's giving him a tow, would that be a penalty too? Or is it just because he had to get outside assistance? Because everything that I've ever known is always based on, like, you can get information from a guy that's in the tournament. You can't get information from the guy outside the tournament, but you can from Terry Scroggins that's fishing the tournament that you're fishing. You can share all you want. You can give baits all you want. You can swap stories. So would the penalty have been the same if Terry Scroggins would have pulled him off? Or is it just because an airboat did? Either way, I think it's wrong. He spent 3 hours in a penalty box on a sandbar. And now you're gonna make him spend 15 more minutes, because why? How did that help him in the tournament?
Did you guys hear Mark Davis today talking to his marshal and telling the story about being hot? And I must have tuned in at just the right time for 15, 20 minutes, because the camera went to Mark Davis. You know, of course, he's been kicking some butt down there this week, doing a really good job. And he was in the middle of having a conversation and telling a story to his marshal all at the same time about how the fish really aren't biting that well, and he just pretty much peddling around, but he didn't want to call it that because, I'm still fishing. But, I can remember a tournament down here a few years back where my marshal, he called the tournament director and made sure it was all right if during the break I just cruised around the lake, just catch some fresh air since it's so hot. And then he goes to, you know what? I think, and he called his marshal by name. He goes, why don't you just go ahead and call somebody and make sure that's all right? Because I'm just about tired of sweating my butt off over here, and I just want to go just take a cruise come break time.
It's not all right though. That's against the
Yeah.
rules.
They let them do it in the tournament that he referenced.
No, but he couldn't do it in this one.
He may have been able to. I didn't. I had to work.
They can't
so
do anything in the break.
Right. That's why he was
I mean,
calling.
they can.
He was going to have his marshal call and ask if they could.
They can't move.
Yeah,
'Cause I
because they
guess it
can't
was
use that
just
time
no
to gain
wind.
the advantage to move locations or
Right.
whatever.
That's why you hear them guys like at the end of a, like if let's say they got 5 minutes left and they know they don't want to fish where they're at. He's like, I need to move over here to this other spot because at the break we got to just sit there.
And today's conditions were just slick, calm, no wind, and I guess it was just stifling hot. And he literally just wanted to just cruise around the lake just to get a breath of fresh air.
I tried to watch it, some of it the last few days. It's brutally boring. I mean, they latch into a big one. Like they've caught more big ones than they have in any other tournament, but they haven't. But there's nothing in between. Like they're not catching fish. They're catching big ones every once in a while. But it was like you guys are going hours without catching fish.
And I might add that Mark Davis looks like he's sitting in second place after today again.
Who's leading?
I got
Scroggins?
off of it. But I think
Scroggins was.
the format on this one is so confusing to me because they fish so many days that I don't know. They may zero the weight. Jake Lawrence is winning with 40 pounds, and then Mark Davis is in second with 38. But I don't know if they zero the weights again or what they do. I
think they do.
So
I'm pretty sure they do on the final. Like
Yeah,
tomorrow's the
it's like after each round they zero weights. So like qualifying, they zero
I just hope that
for the
Mark Davis
knockout and
wins.
then knockout zeros for the final.
I hope Mark Davis wins because I think the guy's awesome. And he deserves it. Even though he told a little white lie to me when I was at Table Rock following him around. I won't hold that against him though.
They don't seem to have a bunch of people following them. Like, I don't think they have a lot of spectators. I was thinking about that for when they're here.
I think there'll be plenty of them when they're there. I do.
But I don't think it's, if you can find them, I think you got to drive around and find them.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they leave all at the same time and they go right to their spot. They drive around. They leave at like 7:45, but they have a drive-through or whatever, run-through or whatever. So it's not like you can sit at Wolf Creek and
wait on him to come by.
When he takes off, you follow him to their spot because they might drive around for 45 minutes before they go to a spot.
When are they going to be at Grand?
June. Like
a month from now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like after, it's the week after the KBB, I think.
Peter, what's up?
My birthday's at the end of June, and I got a future bass down there. So they're going to probably be there the weekend before, is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Cool.
Weekend before your birthday.
Awesome.
Or after your birthday, excuse me.
Well,
It's
before.
before.
Has to
Yeah,
be
it's before.
Before.
It's the week before. Weekend. Yeah, week. It's the 18th through the 21st.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And the Kansas Buddy Bass is the 13th and 14th.
Yeah, that's the weekend before. Yeah. We got a future bass on the 27th.
Yep.
So as I'm reading down through the standings on the Open on Kentucky Lake,
Where's Brock at?
down the
Need a
list.
room on that 26th, by the way, John.
Huh?
I'd request if you got a room on the 26th, I'd take it. By the way.
June 26th?
Yeah. Go ahead, Danny.
Brock's down
Carry
the
on.
list.
Carry on.
Josh Plades. Brandon's doing all right. But there was another familiar name and a past guest.
Mark Menendez.
And well, there's several of those, but one that must have just jackpotted this one. Landry Richardson. We had her on last summer with Travis. She was there at John's for the LBAA. She is fishing that Open. Pretty cool.
I have a room that weekend.
I'll tell you the night of the 26th, the night of that. It's a Friday night.
That would be Keister.
That's Keister. Poke, poke, poke.
I don't. You're not in. You're not in
Get
our
that rant
system.
started.
You're not in our system.
Would it be under another name?
M. Moody.
That's if John doesn't talk him into fishing another tournament.
Kyle Moody.
You want me to put it under Moody's name?
It doesn't matter to me. We're both going to be there.
All his.
He doesn't even know it yet, but I know takeoff that morning's at 5:35. I'm not waking up at 2 a.m. to leave town, so.
Probably wise. Yeah, he's in the system.
The system. He puts my name in there. It's liable to get hacked by the Russians or something.
That's possible. I feel like it's possible. What's this weekend?
Memorial weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Memorial weekend.
Cranker, what are you doing for Memorial Day?
Ooh. Let's see. Friday, we are going to the Wichita Wingnuts game for my work. Having a work night at the baseball game in Wichita. Saturday, we are going to a crawfish boil.
Oh, nice.
So that's exciting. Man, I feel like our weekend is like really packed. I'm sure I have band practice because I have a show the following weekend on Sunday. I'll have band practice probably. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, Adeline has a piano recital on Sunday. Yeah. Busy. Lots of stuff. I don't even know what we're doing otherwise, but yeah, it's pretty busy.
We got a band come. We don't have any tournaments, but we got a band, a new band staying with us And they must be,
Does their camera work?
I don't know, maybe not.
You just went black.
You went black.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised it lasted that long because it was going bad.
You're
Nope,
back
you're
now.
back. You're back in black. Ha ha.
This band, maybe you've heard of them. I'd never heard of them. Supposedly they're pretty big. Mother Road Sons.
Never heard of that.
Hmm.
At one time they wanted all 10 rooms,
Wow.
Oh wow.
but they're only getting 5. But 5's still a lot.
Black hole, son. Won't you come? Won't-
Wow.
That's a good one. So June 3rd was going to be our 100th show, huh?
Yep.
That is if we
Ah.
make one next week. Which with this group, we never know.
We never know.
But planning on it. So we have a special guest on June 3rd. Our 100th show.
Next week I'll be busy. My calendar on Google says this. If you can pronounce it, that's what I got going on.
No idea what that is.
Me neither. I was just skimming through my calendars, and next Wednesday, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Id al Adha.
No idea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Anybody cooking?
Yep.
I'm sure we're cooking this weekend.
Max's birthday's on Memorial Day. I asked him what he wanted. He said brisket.
Good man.
Good choice.
And I'm gonna cook for for Emily's fine family at the lake, and I'm gonna do some pulled pork and maybe a rack of ribs.
America.
I think I might do a pork butt this weekend. I got one in the freezer.
You better get to thawing.
Yeah, I got to get that out today, basically.
I'll probably do ribs again. I think
The
I
brisket.
finally got it figured out on this grill. The last ones were up to par. They were good.
I'm kind of nervous about the brisket because I've got some brisket critics around here, and I've done 2 in the last 3 years, and they were pretty decent. And that's the expectation that you set. Once you do something decent, then you have to do it either.
Yep.
Mhm.
You either have to do it decent or better. And so I guess Monday morning I'll be up around 2 a.m. if anybody needs to talk.
Well, I'm 56. So 2 a.m. if I'm awake means that I'm trying not to pee myself. So there's a good chance that I will text you.
Normally, if I'm up around 2 a.m., it's because I'm still up from the night before drinking. So I don't know that I'm going to do that Sunday evening, but I'm just saying. It might be an interesting birthday for Max on Monday.
Just don't ruin the birthday brisket.
Just don't ruin the birthday brisket.
If I'm up at 2 a.m., I'm never up at 2 a.m. Never mind. There's no reason for me to ever be up at 2 a.m.
I think the last time I was up that late and or early was when I left for the Stong tournament last year.
Dude,
I
there's
think-
just
I
something.
think I left at 2 or
There's
like
just
2:30.
something like extremely disgusting about it, but I like it. Like I like waking up at 2:30 to leave for the lake most times. But
Dude, it
there's
was like
always
the
that,
easiest drive ever.
yeah.
There
There's
was
always just
nobody
that
out
like
there.
one tournament a year where you're like, you wake up at 3 a.m. and you're like, oh, please help me. Why do I do this? You know, but it's a sick feeling when you're like, I like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go.
I'll get up at any time to go fishing.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. My problem is always I'll go to bed early, but
If
then I
I'm
can't
getting
fall
up,
asleep early.
Mm-mm.
if I'm getting up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to go fishing, that means I'm probably traveling to northern Kansas and it's going to be a miserable day.
Sounds like that hit pretty close to home there for you, John, recently.
Well, guys, it's been a good show, but I am beat.
Nuh-uh.
I am tired.
I understand. I am glad that the Kyles could make it on tonight. Especially Crank doesn't get that many opportunities. And how do you pronounce that? Keister?
Felicia. That's how you
Felicia?
pronounce it.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Everybody have a great, safe Memorial weekend. Enjoy your family or your family or just yourself for that matter. Peace, and we're out.
Peace.